What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going behind the scenes of Playtime Chapter 5. I compiled everything that I could find that shows behind the scenes stuff, exclusive new characters, exclusive looks at like other parts of the map that we've never even seen before, and early designs of stuff. It's a lot of very cool things. All right, we're gonna go through it all in today's video. But before you do, of course, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe. Anyways, let's not waste any more time. On screen right now, we've got the first bit of behind the scenes footage. I'm gonna link everyone in the description down below, so if you guys want to check it out yourself, go down there and check them out. Leave them some support and stuff like that. But the first one we have here is apparently an early look at the prototype. So his original jump scare that we never ended up getting. So let's see what it is. Ooh. Okay, that's sick. That's sick. I don't remember the one that we ended up getting, but this seems like something that he would have done. So I'm honestly surprised that they removed this. This little maneuver right here, that is the same thing that he did to the little plushie that was on Love Braid, right? At the dinner table. He does this same hand formation and then goes, boom, cooks the little guy. You know, like he absolutely takes that thing right off of her hair. So yeah, this is the same thing he does, but instead of doing it to the plush, he does it to us. It's cool. I like it. I don't see why they removed this. I'm sure they had a reason, but I like his laugh too. He's having a joyous time right now as he's doing this. Boom. He is way too happy about this. All right, let's get on to the next one. Okay, so on screen right now, we have the next one. Now, this is apparently a behind-the-scenes look at the intro to Chapter 5, and let's see how it goes. It does have audio, so let's see here. Hold on. Ooh. Okay, so it's Huggy, yeah, at the door. Oh my gosh, I like how his mouth, you can actually see it like jiggling. Ooh, him breaking down the door. So, wait, oh, wow. Yeah, yeah, this is exactly what we ended up getting, but obviously no textures or anything like that. Ooh, that's sick, though. This was such a cool intro to the game. I loved what they did here. Holy, they comes in through the door. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, he's so tall. And then, yeah, we start the running sequence. So one thing I noticed, which I didn't notice this in my original playthrough, or maybe I did, but the background right there, that is the end of Chapter 4. So yeah, it does pick up right from where we left off in Chapter 4, which I think everyone kind of knew that, but you can definitely clearly tell right here that that's where that is. So Buddy, you know, knocks on the door, breaks it down, and then, you know, we start the Chapter 5 sequence. I like the mouth physics, though. Look at Buddy's mouth. It jiggles. Look at the little mouth inside of his mouth. It actually moves and, like, jiggles. That's so cool and kind of creepy. All right, let's get on to the next one. Okay, so now we get into the behind the scenes art and stuff like that. I don't know why I said art. I was a pirate there for a second, but some art from Chapter 5. So on screen now, we got the first one. This is an early concept art for Lovebraid's house. You can tell it looks a lot different than what we ended up getting, at least like the feeling of it. Like this looks like we're actually outside. Like you can see like grass and stuff. You can see all this like, you know, different, you know, foliage and stuff, and even a pool. So she was gonna have like a pool with a slide. I'm assuming, right? You know how the chase sequence we end up going on the roof and then, you know, jumping off and you know, taking her out that way. I think this would have maybe turned into like we go into that upstairs room and instead of going to the roof, we get on the slide and she chases us and we end up in the pool. I don't know. I don't know what would have happened after that, but I can see that, dude. I can see them doing a chase sequence like that, dude. They do chase sequences in every possible way you can think of, so I can see them doing something like that. Now, if you look right here, though, this is the garage, so this is in the game. I don't remember, do we ever even see the front of her house? This might be like similar to what we ended up getting, but because I know there's a garage, it's where we end up, you know, plugging in the batteries and getting that other doll inside the car. And there's like the secret door right here and stuff like that. So yeah, this might be similar to what we ended up getting, but I don't remember ever seeing the front of the house. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, it looks like her house. It looks like a doll house mixed with, you know, a realistic kind of human house. It's you know, it's exactly how I'd picture her house looking. But yeah, I do like the addition of the pool right there. I would like to have seen that in Chapter 5. Anyways, though, next up, we've got a behind-the-scenes screenshot of Lily herself. So this was, what was her name? Gracie or Grace, the person that ended up inside of Love Braid. At least I'm pretty sure that's what ended up happening, because we ended up finding her ID, which you can see right there in the bed. And I mean, I'm assuming her corpse, her soul somehow ended up getting transferred into Love Braid, right? I think that's like a known thing. I'm not just making that up, am I? But on the bed, we ended up finding her, but you can see there's like different plushies and there's flowers, and you can tell like people definitely missed her, which is interesting, because you would think everyone would have hated her, at least the children would have, right? Because she was the main reason that they all ended up getting mind controlled and all that kind of stuff. Even Limon is there, you know, even Buddy's hanging out with her right there. So It's interesting that there's flowers here and plushies and stuff like that of different toys. Like, are these the ones that went and visited her and actually left her these items? Like, Huggy came, left her a toy, and then Boxy Boo, which, where's Boxy Boo at, by the way? And then, you know, Bobby Bear Hug and all of them, Limon, they all come visit her and then, you know, say their goodbyes, which, I mean, she didn't really end up dying, though. So did they not know that? I don't know. I have many questions here. Anyways, though, next screenshot we have is this one. So this is, ooh, wait a minute. So this looks familiar, but it doesn't at the same time. Remember that room where it was like different like daycare looking areas, like different like bedroom sort of scenarios? This kind of looks like that, where there's like a glass window and you end up breaking the glass inside to end up continuing the game. This looks similar to that, or where Huggy chases us, but I don't know. It's obviously some sort of hospital or some part of the hospital. You've got like a, you know, hospital bed right there where they would take the patients. You've got a little like wheelchair and stuff, and obviously something bad happened here because the bookshelf is knocked over, but there's no like blood or anything like that. So I'm not sure what happened here, but something happened. It looks like the beginning stages of something going wrong. Like, you know, this is before things went horribly wrong, but it's just like an early look. So cool to see. All right, next up we have this one. So, oh, this is cool. Different versions of Lily Lovebraid's bed, or, you know, the person that is controlling her. This is cool to see. I think, which one did we end up getting? I want to say it's this one, right? This one right here, but other versions of it were like this, which kind of seem, they all seem like what do you call that? I don't know what you'd call this, but my sister had one of these, or a sort of thing like this, but, you know, without the bed in it, obviously, like a handheld version of this. But yeah, it's whatever you do with that, but it's cool. It's got like little plants in it. There she is, peacefully resting right there, you know? She's peacefully dead right there. Right here, the one that we ended up, I want to say we ended up getting this one. Very cool design, though. And then this one, what the heck happened to her here? What is that? That is odd. What happened to her? She looks like Slenderman, dude. What happened to her right there? Obviously, it's just like a placeholder, but yeah. So, you know, it's got like, you know, little things inside of it end up changing, and there's like different designs. It's cool. And then this one right here is like a jewelry box, I would assume, right? I think you would place like jewelry in there, but instead there'd be a corpse. That's an interesting, you know, interesting little different versions of it. I like the one that we ended up getting for this one. I definitely think this is the best one. Well, what do you guys think in the comment section down below? I feel like this one's definitely the best. All right, next up, we've got this. So this is apparently an early look at the prototype, like very early concept art for it when they were still trying to decide what they wanted to do with it. Now, apparently, the design ended up changing after chapter 3, I want to say. So this is maybe before that. I don't know. But you can see the Jester theme is still there. It's like popping out of a box right here. So it's even more Jester themed, you know? It's even more like clown themed, where your buddy's popping out of a box, you know? You can see the hand right there, which we know. The bones are still there. And then obviously the face is different. It's even crying. So it's way more sad in this version of it. Here's some more versions of the prototype's hand. So I like the one we ended up getting. I think, what is this supposed to be? Like cloth? Like fur or something? Maybe part of its outfit. Yeah, because look, that almost looks like a glove. So yeah, I think it would have like gloves on here, and then this is like its hand growing and ripping through the glove. Because look, like right here, it fits a lot better, and then the fingers get longer and longer until eventually, I guess it looks like this, and they're like fully grown. I don't know. It's cool to see this kind of stuff, though. Like I said, I love whenever games do this, especially like FNAF, and I'm glad Poppy is seemingly very much getting into this, where they're like giving everything out and just letting you kind of like see it all, because it's cool to see. All right, next up, we've got this one. Oh, another look at the prototype's hand. So this is interesting because isn't that goo that we see throughout the chapter? Or is that maybe Doughy's goo? No, I think that's the goo that we see throughout the chapter, kind of like going through the veins of the prototype. Very interesting, because like it's wrapping around it, it's seeping into it. It's cool. It's cool. So yeah, I guess that stuff is definitely flowing through the prototype, at least in this version of it. I don't know what else that could be, because yeah, that's got to be that goo that we find around the area. Because look, you can see it like dripping right there. So it is some sort of liquid. I think it's that goo. I don't know. Cool to see nonetheless, though. Next up, we've got another look at the prototype's hand. So same thing as this one, but more rusty, it looks like. So there's rust all over the top right here. And once again, that goo going through its veins. And you can see, oh, that's actually connected to its... Oh, so this is its veins. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Because in this screenshot, it just looks like goo. Oh, but then down here, it does kind of form into veins. So this is supposed to be the prototype's veins. And it's like connected to something that's like providing energy for it. Interesting. That's cool, though. And it's obviously it's way more rusty, though, and kind of forgotten here. But he's been out by the beach, you know? He's getting rusty. But yeah, that's awesome. I love the fingers on it and stuff like that. I love the design. It's very cool. Next up, though, we've got this. Ooh, so I want to say this is an early look at the Playcare, I think, if I remember correctly. I'll go ahead and check right now, but I want to say, yeah, this is an early look at the Playcare from chapter 2. So isn't that awesome? Like, this looks really cool. Okay, so here it is. Did you know that the Playcare from Playtime Chapter 3 was supposed to look like this? Oh, Chapter 3, sorry. I don't know where I got Chapter 2, but yeah, the Playcare was already supposed to look like this. This is awesome. This is very cool. I like how, like, it almost gives off like a back room sort of vibe to it, because there's like water and there's like the fish, like, or the frog. Remember the back rooms games that we always had? There's always like a giant frog or a creepy looking fish. This definitely feels more back room styled than what we ended up getting, but I like what we ended up getting, but I also kind of like this a little bit more. Obviously, this would be like you know, an area for the orphans to play in, because like this is a slide, right, that they would slide into. Fish, which is kind of odd, but like a river, like a lazy river sort of thing. Then you've got like this thing right here that you can spin around on. We've all been on one of those before as a kid. This, I don't know what you would do here. Sit on them and then spin? I don't know. And then this, you know, you rock back and forth and then swing. So it's cool. I think it looks really good. I like this a lot. I like the rainbow in the back, and I like the windows. Now, obviously, these windows would be fake. There's no way those would be real windows, because we know the Playcare is very far underground, very far. But yeah, in this version of it, there's windows. Here we go, another look at it once again. So this is the version, this is that area that we just saw, but like a different, yeah, they even changed it here, because now it's 2 slides. The frog, the little spinny thing is gone. Now it's on this side, but it's like a different version of it. And there's windows everywhere. There's the rainbow. Back here, we've got like a fake desert area. And then, so the river, yeah, the river would go through the entire area, which is very cool. It's like a lazy river that you like sit in and then float throughout all these different areas, these different biomes, you know? So there's like a snow biome, and then water, desert, and then like a jungle right here. Yeah. You got like a ladybug and stuff. This is cool. I like this a lot. And also, oh man, I wonder if this, I was just about to say, I wonder if the areas would have related to the monsters that we would have went up against in the Playcare, because that's what it seems like, right? Like this would be like a water monster, so like maybe a giant frog or something like that. This would obviously be this snowman guy. The desert area would be, I don't know, a cactus monster, who knows? And then this would be like some sort of jungle monster, like maybe like a giant ladybug or something. That could have been interesting to see. Like, I don't know how they would do that though, but like I imagine like riding the train through each area, and then you have to get off and then like defeat the monster and then get back on the train. I think that would have been very cool. But yeah, this is awesome to see. I like this a lot. I kind of wish we would have gotten this, because it's cool. It's very cool. But in this one, you would just get on the train in the middle and then continue onward. But yeah, I don't know what our reason would be to stop here, because I mean, obviously it's very early concept art, but there's not really anything here to do, so it's cool though. All right, next up we've got this one. Ooh, wait, so is this that area from chapter 5? Remember that giant open area? So it says this appears to be, yeah, just concept art from chapter 5. It doesn't really specify what it is, but I think this is that main area that we saw. Well, there's like the giant windows very early on. You escape like through the vent, and it's where you find the first hand to unlock Pianosaurus, the first like hand scanner. I think this is that giant machine in the middle right there, but like a different version of it. There's yarn going all throughout it, which is very interesting. So I guess this is where they make the toys, and then all these different hands and stuff like that, which do different things. And for some reason, these guys are just strung up all around it, which is kind of creepy. But yeah, like look, Buddy back there is strung up on it. Everyone is strung up on it. And it's, you know, it's made for something. I think it just makes toys and maybe, you know, does other stuff with yarn, repairs them. I don't know. Cool though. All right, next up we've got this one. Woo, what's this? I don't know what this is. Block out. Okay, so wait, we've got a toy right here and then batteries. Oh, so this is like one of those the rods that you connect power to. And then you've got another machine for making the toy. Oh, so this is like early on. And then, oh, this is, okay, so I remember this puzzle. This was at the end of the chapter, remember? Where like you had to do the bottom section first, and then you go to the top. This is one of those that you power it on and it lifts up the rod. Oh, okay, so early concept art of that. This is the side of it, pulley belt side, left view. And then the one that we ended up getting. Didn't we end up getting it? I mean, I don't remember exactly what it looked like, but I remember it looking similar to this, because you put the battery in here, and then it raises it up, or here, and then it raises the rod up, and then you can actually power it. I don't know, but it's cool. It's cool to see nonetheless. Just early stuff. Next up, though, we've got this. Ooh, basic idea. The prototype has a repurposed claw machine claw for his grand stitchery machine. Oh, closed claw grabbing item. The syringe is retracted. Open claw to release the item. Syringe slides out for experimentation needs. Ooh, so his original hand, or one of, you know, the ideas for it was this. That is interesting. Or maybe, I think his hand always would have looked like this, at least one of them. This could have been maybe his other hand, or like a part that was like attached to his back, like Doc Ock, you know? And he could like use this to actually grab toys. I actually like the idea of this. I think this would have been sick. I think this would have been very cool. Like, I could see him grabbing us with this by the head and then injecting us with this needle and like knocking us out or something, you know? That could have been very cool. Now, it does mention that clause for his grand stitchery machine. So that's what this is, the grand stitchery machine. So it's connected to the prototype, and yeah, he stitches things together here, I guess. I don't know. Cool, though. Very cool. I like the idea of this. I think this would have been awesome. Next up, though, we've got, ooh, the train to reanimation. So this is the train from the end of the game, correct? Or the end of the chapter, where we're jumping on top of it. We're trying to escape the prototype. It's just the outside of the train. I don't remember what it looked like in-game, so I can't really say much about this, but cool to see. Cool to see the outside of it and, like, another angle of it. Now we're starting to get to the more exciting stuff, though, so I hope you guys are still here, because after this stuff, ooh, like, this is cool. This is very cool. So, oh, this is the grand stitchery machine. But look who's here. So we got Giblet, right? Giblet right there. And then we've also got, I don't know his name. Bobby, no, it's not Bobby Bearhug. What is that guy's name? He's brand new. We only saw him for like 5 minutes in the whole chapter. But he's there as well. And he looks different. Like, look, there's no mouth on his stomach. He just looks completely different there. But yeah, so this is that grand stitchery machine all the way back here. I thought this was that machine in the middle of the room at the beginning of the chapter, but I guess not. Because this is like in an actual room. Oh, this is in that room where this puzzle is. Okay, I see now. Okay, I never really looked up at that and paid attention to it, but that must be where this is. Interesting. So yeah, this is where they like worked on all the different plushies and stuff. That makes sense why they're on these tables and stuff like that. So this guy's here, Giblet, and he's looking at something. I can't tell what he's looking at, but they're trying to work on something and get it working, and obviously, you know, get out of this room and do something. I don't know. It's very early on, though. You can tell, though, this is before we got there, because all these are still down. The batteries are still in them. So, yeah, they must have been doing some sort of side quest when we were doing our thing, and maybe we would have gotten a look at that at some point early on, but we ended up not seeing that. It's cool, though. I really like this a lot. I love the lighting in it. I love just how everyone looks. This is an awesome screenshot. Next up, though, we've got this one. Oh, wait, we're back. Wait, how are we back? Hold on a minute. How are we back here again? Okay, I must have saved this image twice for some reason. I was gonna say, wait a minute, are we already done? There's no way. We're missing half the screenshots. This one, though, Braun. This is cool. Wait, is that? We all see that, right? What? Is that oh my gosh, that creeped me out. I thought this was somebody. It is. Oh, it is. Those are like souls of people. What the heck, dude? That's creepy. Is that the soul that's like in Braun? Like, look, there's more of them up here. Am I seeing things, or is that, we all see that, right? Those are like little spirits. Oh, look, and there's more right there. So instead of the Automals, or I don't remember who was there, it was either the Smiling Critters or the Automals, instead of them being there eating Braun, it's the souls of them. That's creepy, though. And look, he was like chained up. So this actually was Braun then? I don't know why. I just thought this was just like a giant version of him, but it wasn't actually him. But yeah, no, that's actually him. Yeah, that's sad. He's like cracked open right there, and they're eating him. He's still alive, and it's an odd, creepy photo. Look at this though, like a Huggy Wuggy plush, but it's like a different version of him. And then you know, some of the other Smiling Critters and stuff like that. And then this like pink goo. What is that? You can see all the chains and stuff holding him down. This was cool to see, though. This is very cool. I like this concept art. It looks a lot more dark and creepy than what we ended up getting, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's cool. Like, it's very sick. Look, they had him held down by the tail and then the neck, which I think the neck one was there, but I don't know about the tail one. I'm assuming it probably is. I just didn't really pay attention to it, but very, very sick. Very cool concept art. Next up, though, I think it's another screenshot of this. Yep. So, another version of it. What's missing here? The tail is, like, different, and then the chain is completely gone. So he's not chained up. He's just sitting here. There's more people hanging from this. And then there's this. They're still eating him, though, from the side. And then, look, everyone is, yeah, they're just, like, hanging out by him. It's odd, though, because they don't seem angry. They just seem to be kind of hanging out with him. Like, look, this guy's just chilling on his forehead. Braun looks horrifying. But everyone's just kind of hanging out, chilling, you know? They're not really doing anything too crazy. This is interesting. And there's, like, this nasty green goo. Ugh. All right, yeah, that's cool. That's a really cool one to see. Next up, though, oh, this is cool. So this is a behind-the-scenes look at Lily Lovebraid, or the actor that played her. And the, if you guys remember the what was it called? Like the cutscenes where, remember when we had to like power on each of the rooms, and you end up before like the memory sequence. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. That scene where like she gives us like, you know, the mind, what's it called, where like they try to trick your brain into like believing things. This is behind the scenes look at that. She's holding one of the Automals, which is very creepy looking. She did an incredible job. She was very good. Like, I want to say she was probably the best part of the chapter in terms of acting. She felt so believable, and her character, like, yeah, just the laughing, it felt like she was actually crazy like that. She's very good at her job, incredibly good at her job. That was awesome. So yeah, just a behind the scenes look at that though. Very sick. Next up though, we've got this one. Okay, so this is just some concept art for, you know, different characters. So we are gonna get an earlier look at Lily Lovebraid, which is very cool. But yeah, Lily Lovebraid just kind of looking all creepy, smiling, wide-eyed, just scary look to her. Next up though, we've got this guy. Like I said, I cannot remember his name for the life of me, but just another look at him. There's no mouth here. What's going on with the mouth? Is it before we had the mouth, or is the mouth there but like it can seamlessly hide like that? I don't know. Next up though, we got this. Okay, so this is what I was waiting for. Chapter 5, Lily Lovebraid's turnaround. So early concept art for her. Look at her right there. She looks creepy. I remember her looking like this though. I don't know. Did she not look like this in the game? Like I said, I was playing it at like 4 or 5 a.m. It was a blur to me. But this is how I remember her looking, to be honest. It was also dark, so I don't know for sure, but she just looks insane here. I loved her design. I think in the trailer it didn't look that great, but in the main game I think it fit the area, to be honest, because she looks like a toy that came to life, like an actual toy, not like, you know, the rest of them where they don't really look like they'd ever be a toy. She actually looks like a toy. So I liked her design a lot. But yeah, so just early concept art for her right there. Next up though, we've got this. So these are different outfits for her. I saw this. So one of her as a clown right there, which she doesn't really look too much like a clown, to be honest. I mean, I get the idea, but I would imagine it looking more clowny than that, if that makes any sense. Like, it doesn't really look insanely like a clown. But I like the little top hat. I think she's missing like a little red nose, you know, on the front of her. I like the outfit though overall. It's cool. This one is pool party. Oh, so see, dude, at one point I'm telling you that pool would have been way more important than what we ended up getting, because we don't even see the pool at all, do we? I don't know. But yeah, so there would have been like a pool party, I think, at some point, and we would have been like thrown into the pool, and she would have came out with this outfit on or something, and I don't know. This would have been cool though. So yeah, she's got the star glasses on, the little floaty. These are cool. Princess outfit. So yeah, I mean, she probably could have still wore this, to be honest. But I don't know why she would randomly change into it mid-game. So that's probably why they didn't use any of these. But yeah, unless she just wanted to pretend to be a princess. But yeah, so princess outfit. And then we've got tea party. Okay, this one looks a lot more like magical, you know? Like, it looks like something from like Kingdom Hearts almost. Like, it just, I don't know, reminds me of Kingdom Hearts. It's a lot more, yeah, like I said, just magical. And for some reason, why does she have a cutout for her fingers? Isn't that odd? Like, each finger just has a random cutout. But yeah, these are the other designs of Lily Lovebraid. Which one would you guys have went with in the comment section down below? Let me know which one. Would you have kept the original, or would you have went with the clown, the pool party, the princess, or the tea party? If I had to choose one of these, I would have done either the princess or the clown. I think these two are definitely, they could fit into the theme. Unless they brought back the pool, then, you know, pool party one would obviously match. But either way, I'd still think the clown and the princess are cool. Next up, though, we've got this screenshot. Okay, so different faces for Lily Lovebraid. So we have irritated, neutral, main face. That's her normal face. Sad. Aw. Wait, she can actually cry. Oh, my gosh. Angry. Excited. Oh, my gosh. Wait, her eyes right there remind me of, I don't know, some other character. Am I thinking of, like, Mommy Longlegs? Something about those eyes. They remind me of somebody else from the game. Scared, content, annoyed, nervous. I don't know, would she ever be nervous? Happy, I guess whenever the prototype shows up. Happy, confused, rage. I think we saw this one. Laughter, I think we saw that one too, because I remember that. Angry smile, and that is all the different expressions for her. Very, very cool. All right, I think we're approaching the end here. Oh, this is the final image, if I remember correctly. That's his name, Chum Chompkins, dude. There we go. Early concept art for him. This is cool to see. This one right here, I really like. I wish they would have went with this. It kind of reminds me of like Studio Ghibli. I don't know, like this is giving off like, I just love the vibes or whatever. I don't know what you even, I don't know. This is just cool. It's just so sick to me. He looks so much more friendly here as well, but I guess maybe they want to keep him, you know, where you don't know if he's friendly or not. I don't know. I still think, yeah, I mean, this one, he's like missing his fur, which is creepy. He's got the red goo. And then he looks more like a repairman here. This one, he looks more like a traveler, you know, like a traveling merchant. This is just, I love this design right here. It's so cool. He's like got the battery right there. I don't know what's in his backpack. It looks like Santa's sack, dude. Like he's gonna have like different gifts in there. Huggy bow tie. Oh, that would have been cool. Tools. So yeah, he would have been like, it looks like they either want him to have like tools and be like a repair guy or whatever this is. Honestly, I like this a lot. Normal right side out. Yeah, I like this design more than what we ended up getting. I mean, I think they could still change it. I like the blue mouth though, but obviously it ties into Huggy Wuggy. Maybe they didn't want that. I don't think he has a blue mouth now, but I like the idea of him having like the bow tie and then like the backpack. I just think, yeah, this design is way better than what we got in my opinion. It's just, it's only slightly different though, to be honest. So it's not like the biggest deal, but yeah, I definitely think this one would have been what I would have went with. I love that. But maybe they've got other plans for him in the other chapters, and that's why they ended up changing it. I do not know. Okay, so that is the early look at Chum Chompkins. Now, let's get into the exciting stuff here. So we've got the prototype next. So here he is right here. This is an early look at what he was originally going to look like, apparently. And not only that, we've got some lore behind it here. So apparently, Mob's previous director and story writer, and I think it's Isaac, they don't name him here, but I want to say it was him. He kind of talked about what early versions of him were like, and he said he was very similar to the Catnap Shrine. He had a jester head with a body of scrap, human parts, and the remains of toys he wished to. There were several small toys, plus Mommy, Catnap, and Dewey's heads. One of my favorite cut bits was the several grab packs, sorry, I can't read, in his back, which he could use to lift himself and chase after you. So yeah, this is a very early look at the prototype, and I think this is very cool. So he was always, I guess, this kind of jester looking guy right here. You can see like the main guy inside of him right there. Very, Secret of the Mimic sort of thing going on right there. But this is cool. I love this a lot. I like the idea of the grab pack hands. This looks sick. I love those hands. That is so cool. I imagine if like, you know how when we saw him grabbing different parts of different characters as we defeated them, I imagine if we saw a grab pack hand pop out like this, we would have been like, wait a minute, what? Like, is there another human that's grabbing these and taking pieces of them? But obviously, oh, well, you know, the prototype's hand is there as well. But yeah, I like this a lot. I think this is very sick. I love the design of it. And that's one thing that's one of my main complaints with the prototype that we have now. Here's another screenshot of it. The prototype that we have now, I feel like it doesn't really utilize the parts that it stole. Like, they're just kind of there in the front, and it just looks kind of goofy in my opinion. I wish he actually used more of them. But here's another version of them right here. You got like a gear up here. You've got like these sharp drill pieces and blades, and this one looks kind of a little bit too much out there. But yeah, there's Mommy hanging right there, Huggy Wuggy, the little plushie version of him, and just some other characters and stuff. And wow, he looks a lot more brutal and you know, a lot more bloody and brutal than this one. Huggy's hand right here on the side. Yeah, this version of him definitely looks a lot more crazy. And look, you can see 2022. So yeah, I would have liked to have seen the original story for the game, because apparently a lot of stuff was changed, and I could tell something happened whenever I saw certain people leaving. I was like, okay, that's not a good sign. But I was very worried about Chapter 5, to be honest. I was super worried about it. But it ended up being better than what I thought. But yeah, I definitely would have liked to have seen their version of Chapter 5 where things came to an end and they did like a spin-off after that, instead of what we ended up getting, which is a whole rewritten story, it seems like, and just a way of continuing it to make it, you know, even more chapters. But either way, though, I like these. I think they're cool, and I would have liked to have seen, like I said, what their interpretation of... I wanted to see their ending of the game. You know, it's sad that we're never going to really get that, or at least, you know, one of their versions of the ending. We're still going to get, because like some of the main people are still there, so we're still going to get like the original story, but it's not the original story. It's different. So I don't know. That's it. That's everything that we found though for Chapter 5 behind the scenes. I'm sure more stuff is going to keep coming out, but this was the main stuff that I wanted to cover. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.